Thank you, Handel. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. Starting off with some sad news coming out of Jamaica. The woman who was admitted to the Anoto Bay Hospital in St. Mary, Jamaica on Saturday with flu-like symptoms has been transferred to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital in St. Anne. She returned from China in the past week, but was admitted after reportedly complaining about a severe headache, weakness, and chills, among other things. On Saturday evening, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton issued a statement indicating that the symptoms shown by the patient did not meet the case definition for the coronavirus. The Anoto Bay Hospital was temporarily shut down as a precautionary measure in light of global concern about the coronavirus. 2 days ago, 19 Chinese tourists who arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston were denied landing under Jamaica's travel ban. The ban came against the background of the coronavirus, which has so far killed more than 200 people in China and infected thousands. And now we turn our attention to St. Lucia. A cruise ship was not allowed in St. Lucia on Saturday morning because there were cases of upper respiratory tract infection among passengers. The Ada Perla was expected to dock at Point Seraphin, but it was not allowed to. At this point, it is unknown how many passengers are suffering from the infection. It is also unknown what is the cause of the infections. There were rumors that the illnesses were because of the dreaded coronavirus, which is now sweeping the globe, but this was denied by the Department of Health and Wellness. A statement from the department noted that a decision was taken not to grant clearance to the vessel because there were an unusually high number of sick passengers on board. This decision was taken out of an abundance of caution for human health and safety, the statement said. Over to news coming out of Tortola. Police have confirmed that one man is dead while another is in critical medical condition following two separate traffic accidents on the main island of Tortola. The dead man has been identified as 25-year-old Guyanese national and resident of Green Mountain, Rion Stephens. Stephens was involved in an accident on the dual carriageway early Sunday morning. Stephens was taken by ambulance to the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Details surrounding the accident are still unclear. Investigations are ongoing in this matter, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force said in a media release on Saturday. And now for some international news. As a deadly virus spreads beyond China, governments, businesses, and educational institutions are struggling to find the right response. Safeguarding public health is a priority. How to do that without stigmatizing the entire population of the country where the outbreak began and where nearly a fifth of all humans reside is the challenge. With the death toll reaching 170 and the roster of cases climbing above 7,700, worries are growing. Many global companies with operations in China have asked workers to stay home. Airlines are curtailing flights to the nation. Several countries have begun evacuating citizens from the most stricken zone around the city of Wuhan. Though the vast majority of cases involve people from central Chinese or nearby cities, or those who have been in contact with them, people of Asian appearance around the world say they've been subject to increased wariness since the disease began spreading. In South Korea, signs have begun popping up on restaurant windows saying no Chinese allowed. Korean casino catering for foreign visitors said it's no longer accepting groups of tourists from China. More than 500,000 people signed a petition submitted to the government calling for a ban on visitors from the nearby country of 1.4 billion people. In France, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs advised schools and universities to postpone student exchanges with China. At least one high school in Paris withdrew invitations to a group of students set to arrive this week. In Canada, parents in communities north of Toronto started a petition urging schools to force students who recently returned from China to stay home for at least 17 days to avoid any chance of spreading the disease. The petition has garnered almost 10,000 1,000 signatures in the area, which has large ethnic Chinese and Asian populations. And now for our final story coming out of Jamaica. 110 people were murdered across the island in January, a slight uptick on the 104 killed in January 2019. A further 6 people were killed island-wide Sunday to move the murdered total so far this year to 116. 9 women and 3 children were among the 116 victims so far. Well, that is the end of tonight's regional news. Thank you for watching, and back to you, Handel.